This next movie upsets me. It upset me at the time when I very first watched it years and years ago. This is The Fourth Kind.
Also, apparently that was my last rapid fire.
Yes, this is my last one too. Jordan, it's a movie called The Fourth Kind.
Can you state your name for the camera?
Dr. Abigail Tyler.
Okay, where would you like to begin?
I am actress Mila Jovovich, and I will be portraying Dr. Abigail Tyler. This film is a dramatization of events that occurred October 2000. Every scene in this movie is supported by archived footage. Some of what you're about to see is extremely disturbing.
I wake up in the middle of the night almost every night.
And there's nothing unusual waking you up.
There's one thing. There's an owl at my window.
An owl.
His eyes are big.
A white owl, just looking at me. Had you ever seen it before?
Tommy?
When I was a kid, just staring at me.
I've seen it a lot.
Every night this week.
Do you see dead people?
No, that's The Sixth Sense.
Oh.
This is The Fourth Kind, for those of you who don't know. Okay. This movie upset me when it very first came out because it pretends to be real. That's the number one thing you need to know about it, is it pretended to be real. So The Fourth Kind is an alien abduction movie. That's the short version. But The Fourth Kind, in terms of alien abduction, is it was like the first kind is you see stuff. The second kind is like you hear stuff. I can't remember what the third kind. I think it's like the third kind is you end up seeing it. Basically, it's differing levels of proof of aliens. And the fourth kind is abduction. And so this movie is about... Yeah, pretty much, yeah. This movie is about a particular psychiatrist who is investigating her husband's suicide that she claims is because of this owl that all of her patients all see this particular owl, and she thinks it's all connected. And as the movie goes on, it looks like it's aliens, but it's really poorly shot, and like there's like a lot of like, I'm so startled, I'm so kind of found footage, camera shaking. I'm pretty sure you've seen this movie. I'm pretty sure we watched this together. Maybe I watched this by myself. But the whole concept of it is
what's it called?
The Fourth Kind.
Oh, no. You keep talking.
The basic premise of it is that, or the basic idea of it is that they claimed it was real. So at the beginning of the movie, the actress Mila Jovovich comes out and is like, "This, I'm playing Dr. whatever so and so," and interspliced in this movie is the real footage of what actually happened. And the movie originally ended with ending credits leading you to a website, and the whole thing is about how
This sounds familiar.
Her daughter inevitably gets abducted by the aliens, and it looks like you see that it is something, but the movie kind of wants to leave it ambiguous, where she's doing this interview about what happened to her. The real Dr. Abigail, I think her name is Dr. Abigail something. She's being the quote unquote real version of her is being interviewed while she tells her story, and the parts with Mila Jovovich, the actress, and Elias Koteas, the actress, are presented as being reenactments, kind of similar to like a documentary or like a Fifth Estate or like Unsolved Mysteries, like one of those, where the parts with the actors are portrayed as like reenactments, and the interviews, and it shows the quote unquote real footage of this stuff happening. So at one point,
Scott?
one of the guys like starts freaking out and floating in the air, and it intercuts between the fake footage and the real footage, and the real footage is like way more dramatic and way more like serious and like less I don't know how else to describe it, but it makes it seem more visceral and real, and it's real looking enough that I remember watching it at the time, walking out of it being like, is it real? That's not real. There's no way it was real. And everyone like having to be like, no, if it was real, it would make the news. Like, it's clearly not real. But like they tried to pretend it was real so hard that they ended up getting sued for it by like the town of Anchorage, Alaska, and the people who lived there ended up suing them and forcing them to admit that it wasn't real. But they tried to pretend it was real, and that's what bothers me about it, is that it's trying to pretend it's real. Like, that this is a real woman, that this really happened to her. And like, yeah,
So essentially they wars of the world it.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it was kind of similar to that. Yeah, and like, that's not to say that this was based on a true story, like a true story, not the alien abduction part of it, but like there was a series of like 8 people who were just randomly abducted from that part of Alaska and just disappeared, and the authorities.
I mean, yeah, in reality, it probably wasn't that aliens got them, like a
Yeah,
government got them to experiment.
it absolutely was not aliens. It was just some random serial killer murderer. But
Or
yeah,
or a government agency which wanted
or
to do, experiments on people that no one would
but yeah,
miss.
that's why I can't. It also because of it, because it's trying to pretend that it's real. The reenactment, not the reenactments, but the real footage is awful. It's the sound quality is bad. It's hard to understand. Like, there's points where they're playing this like garbled audio, and in terms of following the story of a movie, it's not very. It's difficult to follow and not very fun to watch, because so it's like there's points where it's like it keeps cutting back to the reenactments, which is fine, and then it cuts to the real stuff, and it's blowing out my speakers because it's all fuzzy and crackly because it's trying to look like handheld camcorder footage. So it's all like crumbly and crackly, and it sounds bad, and it's hard to see. And it's like, yeah, if this were a real documentary, sure, this would be compelling stuff. But as a movie, it would be a much better movie if you cut out the quote-unquote real bits.
But then they couldn't quote.
They couldn't claim it was real. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
But if it was just the Mila Jovovich parts, like Elias Koteas is really good in this. I love Elias Koteas. He's in a bunch of stuff you've seen, but the one you would know off by memory, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He is Casey Jones
Okay. In which one?
in the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's in this. He's like a not rival, a colleague of his. And at one point, the whole bit throughout this is she is and he is uncovering quote these memories from hypnotherapy.
What do you mean?
Like, they're hypnotizing them and they're making them relive these memories. But that, as a practice of retrieving memories, has been proven to be really ineffective and inaccurate if this is real. So it's not really. But then weird shit starts happening while they're doing this. Like I said, at one point, she's doing the hypnotherapy on the one guy, and he's like freaking out and floating in the air. And like, yeah, they're describing weird things, and the music is really intense. And again, because it's trying to look real, it sounds and looks bad. And it would just be better if it was just the Mila Jovovich parts. Now, not to say that it would be great. It'd still probably be a bad movie. But yeah, it's doing that thing where it's trying to be a movie and indicate to you that the alien stuff is real and that it's actually happening, but also at the same time is doing this reenactment documentary kind of stuff where it wants to appear like maybe she's the one who did it, maybe the aliens aren't real and she's just losing her mind. It's kind of trying to do that as well, and neither work. But it's just the trying to pretend it's real. I don't know why that bothers me. It feels, to be fair, Blair Witch Project did the same thing. It just feels Yeezy. I don't know. Like,
Manipulative.
yeah, when you're promoting the movie, all right, for funsies. But then after the movie comes out, you go, no, it's not real. It's not real. Aliens aren't real.
Yeah, I mean, I understand wanting to do things for promotion. Like, for example, spoiler alert for one of my later ones, 28 weeks later when they were promoting that on, there was some mountain, I don't remember exactly where. I'll give you that when we get to it. But they had basically, um, they put like a biohazard sign up on that mountain, like
Ah.
projected it on that mountain or whatever as
I
a
mean, you already mentioned it, but
promotion.
very famously, the War of the Worlds.
Yeah,
Like,
another example where people just thought that was real.
that people just thought that was real. So, like, it does bring attention, but I don't know. Yeah, I didn't. Maybe it's because it kind of sort of got me a little bit. And to be fair, also, Paranormal Activity did the same thing. That movie tried to pretend to be real. It also ends with a plea to there's a few of them. There's one where it was like it ends with literally a link to a website. Go check out and it pretended to be real, and I'm like, stupid. But anyway, that's The Fourth Kind. Hey there, everybody. It's NCard Justin here. Let me know down the comments. Have you seen The Fourth Kind? Were you bamboozled tomfoolery like I was? Or did you just know it was a movie and it was fake? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. But in the meantime, if you'd like to see our full number special movies with numbers in the title, click the box on the left. Or if you just want to see a random video that YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy, click the box on the right. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. We put new videos out 7 days a week. Or you can just leave us a like. That helps us out too. We will see you all in the next video.